Hello, I am here. I know, amazing. I am uploading a video after I said forever on my Instagram that I would. Here I am. Some stuff in my personal life's been going down, but I'm not here to talk about that. Today I am here to talk about Team Fortress 2, but more specifically, the fan content surrounding it. You can't really tell because of the glasses, but I kinda, red, blue, and purple for everything else because, God, my glasses are dirty. Okay, but anyway, I'm talking about some fan content that I loved from Team Fortress 2. Now, originally, this script, when I wrote it, had 5 pieces of media I wanted to discuss, and, no, I'm not doing that. Not currently. I did do the research and writing on the 2 that I have cut from the current script I am using, but I also might cut some of the other stuff from the current script and make future videos on those later. So, and if anyone who cares even remotely a little bit about what's been going on in my life, let me know if you want an update video about all the shit that's been happening, because it's a lot and it's fun. But anyway, the Team Fortress 2 content that we are talking about today are Emesis Blue, Little Punis, and the Amazing Team. Some of my favorite pieces of Team Fortress 2 fan media. Now, Emesis Blue, fun fact, was the first horror movie to ever give me a nightmare. And you may be looking at me like, wow, really? Fun fact, my mother was a horror movie fanatic, so I grew up on a lot of that stuff. Not really any of the heinous stuff, but like your Friday 13th, Halloween, Stephen King stuff, all that I saw when I was like 5. And then my dad is into the weird conspiracy paranormal stuff. So, anything that would normally scare a child, I was never scared by. So when a movie years later, based off of a video game, made me have a nightmare, that's great. It's really great. And fun fact, it wasn't a weird, like, creepy, oh, that couldn't happen, but it's still, like, creepy and I hated it nightmare. No. This nightmare was very realistic and very terrifying, and I didn't like it. So that's fun for me. I'm not going to talk about that nightmare because I have mostly forgotten it, but I remember the emotions that I felt from having said nightmare, so I might talk about that a bit. But anyway, Emesis Blue is really good. And because it's the worst fun out of the bunch, we are talking about it first. And that I highly recommend the movie. I also highly recommend the YouTuber The What Show, who uploads way more than me and consistently. He has like a 2-hour something long video about Emesis Blue, and originally I was gonna watch it while making the script for this video, but I decided not to because I didn't want to seem like I was stealing any of his thoughts or opinions on the movie, because I think the movie, while it may have a main theme, is very subjective and you could interpret it in various ways, but maybe I'm stupid, I don't know. So let's get into Emesis Blue, the fun one. Yay. Okay. So, in my opinion, Emesis Blue is about the horrors of living life over and over again, but not like having anything change. It's like a Groundhog Day, except it's the same day over and over again, and it's the same day over and over again, but you never do anything to change said day or do anything else within that day. It's constantly the same thing over and over again. And while that might sound nice to some people, over time, constantly having it happen to you, maybe not so much. And the fact that you're aware of it is even worse. So basically, if you don't know, in Team Fortress 2, you play mercenaries on two battling sides, red and blue. And, well, they go to war with each other. Now, Nemesis Blue took that concept and was like, hey, you know what? Respawn machine, which honestly might be actually canonical in the Team Fortress 2 lore. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't call me out. I haven't read all of the comics, so don't come for me. But basically, the respawn machine in Emesis Blue is a little messed up. It's not working anymore. So you can't get respawned and continue what you were doing. You're dead essentially. Fun, right? So that's great. That's fun. And fun fact, while I was researching this, I looked up if emesis meant anything. It does. And it means to vomit or throw up, and that's yeah, it literally means you get sick. Also, the character Fritz, the medic, he throughout the film is taking a drug called Valium or diazepam. If I remember right, it's just Valium on the bottle. I'll put a screenshot or something in here. And it's used to treat seizures, muscle twitches, and anxiety. And some of the side effects of Valium are self-harming behaviors, trouble breathing, memory problems, loss of consciousness, withdrawal symptoms, and hallucinations. And if you've seen the movie, you know where I'm going with that last bit because it gets crazy. In Emesis Blue, we're mostly seeing it through the eyes of Blue Team's medic. And this is fun because he's being a little weird. And spoiler alert for the movie, but apparently, yeah, kills Scout's mom. Fun, right? But he stumbles upon the scene and her body there later, and he's like, oh my god, what happened? So clearly, if he did it, he doesn't remember. And when he meets up with Scout later, Scout seems to fully believe he did it. Which, if you saw a guy that looked like someone you know murder your mom, yeah, you're probably gonna assume it's the guy you know. But anyway, another fun thing in Emesis Blue is he's not the only one taking Valium. He gives it to Scout as well. The same Scout that maybe saw that very same medic murder his mother. Great, fun. The reason why Scout is on Valium now is because he got diagnosed with brain atrophy, which causes your brain cells to, shrink and die and just disappear, and, any connection between any remaining cells is severed. So, fun. Sorry, I don't know how to describe medical terms very well. I'm not a doctor or going to medical school, and I don't know how to explain these things without having a nervous laughter of not uncomfortableness, but like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Anyway, the reason why Scout got his brain atrophy all of a sudden is one day he came through the respawn machine unconscious, which that's not supposed to happen. And he was also having seizures, and he was shown to be having symptoms of schizophrenia. That could be important. And the blue soldier was also given Valium, but because, he's the soldier, he didn't take it. And the soldier was also told by the medic that he was seeing things. Now I have a bizarre little theory. It may not make sense. Now, Emis's Blue is mostly focusing on the blue team, not so much the red team. Like, they do show up a little bit, but it's mostly blue team. So, my theory mostly pertains to blue and not red, but maybe the same could have happened with red. Who knows? Because, fun fact, if you didn't know, even though all the characters look alike, red and blue are separate teams with separate people. They're separate people. I know they look exactly the same and kind of act the same, but they're separate people. One medic is not the same as the other medic, they're different. Okay, so I believe that blue team was put on Valium by blue because, it seems like the respawn machine is kind of, rough and tough on your body, and it's probably not a thing that is supposed to happen naturally anyway. So they're like, hey, maybe so they don't die on the spot, let's give them something that works, Probably did some human test trials, all that good medical experimental practice stuff that you shouldn't be doing. But hey, it's the 60s. Of course they did it. So, I believe everyone was put on Valium and then taken off of Valium when it seemed like, they were dying on the spot when they went through the respawn machine. Which probably not a good idea to put him on it in the first place and then just immediately take him off it. Because as far as we know in the movie, Medic's the only one still taking it, and no one else is. And it's a withdrawal symptom that you can see stuff, but you can also see stuff while you're on it. If my research is correct, let me know if it's not. So that's great. Basically, it's a you can't trust your own company and you can't trust your own eyes type of scenario. Because, it's also like a weird zombie flick, by the way, if you didn't know. And the weird zombies, they're not real. I mean, it's hinted at that they're not real, but, when a guy kicks a zombie down the stairs and then the zombie isn't down said stairs, I don't think the weird zombie version of Scout is real. But maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe he was there and I just am an idiot. But anyway, my personal opinion on Emis's Blue, I don't want to talk about too much because I really think you should watch it. The main point is you should watch it. But also, my main interpretation of the story, and let me know if you think this theory is stupid, is basically reliving trauma. And usually people, not everyone, but usually people interpret death as being free from your earthly emotions and all that, essentially, which I don't believe that, but some people do. And depending on your choices done in life, it's fine and you can live peacefully or whatever. Good karma, bad karma, that type of thing. Um, Considering the fellas are mercenaries, they don't have good karma. Considering the company they're working for, that has a splash effect onto them. Yikes. They are dealing with a lot of bad karma, a lot of bad mojo. They're not doing great. So I think maybe as a sort of punishment, if we're viewing it like they died, like the respawn machine stopped working how it was supposed to and they all just died, then I believe that they're basically not in hell, but like a version of hell, right? Where they're constantly reliving these things that they've done to each other and like seen, and like one guy gets burned alive and like he's crispy throughout, and then it's a whole thing. And I don't want to spoil the ending because I thought the ending was really cool. Um, it's a really good movie. You need to watch it. And anyway, the nightmare that I had from said movie was very realistic and gave me a real sense of self terror, like I was scared of myself type of vibe, which is not a good thing to feel at all. And considering some of the stuff that happens in MSS Blue, I can see why I picked that up. But enough about that one. I'm going to talk about a cute and enjoyable one that I really love called Lil Pootis. And Lil Pootis is the cutest shit I have ever seen. I swear to God, it is so cute. It is so adorable. Like, my God, I want him. Anyway, Lil Pootis is basically silent cartoon essentially. Like there are sound effects and stuff, but like no one talks. I mean, there's some like voice lines, but like not. It's like sound bites in a dating sim essentially. Um. Anyway, it's really great. It's really well animated. It's so good, and like I actually cried. The horror movie that scared me, well, not scared me, but gave me a nightmare, didn't make me cry. But the cute thing about the cute little thing, that made me cry tears of happiness. Uh, and the last episode to be made, to my knowledge. And if you know, you know. Now, for the one that kind of got me into TF2, we were talking about The Amazing Team. And if you know, you know. It is done by the lovely Pimations. You may know them from 5 a.m. at Freddy's. You know, they're that guy. And Amazing Team is amazing. And the coolest fact about the Amazing Team that I really love um is he started the series when he was young, right? And probably when he was first getting into animation, so it's not that great. But over time, it gets from being, I see what you were going for, kid, good job, to being like, oh my god, cinematic masterpiece. Okay, that's a little extreme, but you get what I mean. It's like really cool. It's so cool that you can see the transition from starting out to being really skilled at what you're doing. It's so good. And man, another good part about the Amazing Team is for the first several episodes, he just uses voice lines from the video game, and it just works. Later, there's voice acting, but for the most part, it is just voice lines from the video games. or video game. And it's just, oh, it's so cool. I really like that one. It's awesome. Whenever I'm feeling down, I watch that. It cheers me up. And it's just, oh, it's so good. It's just, it's really good, man. All these things I talked about are really good, is what I'm trying to say. They're all good. They're all amazing. You should watch them. You need to watch them. Even Mrs. Blue, the one that I said messed me up, watch that. So, anyway, those are the TF2 fan content things, movie and series that I think are really good, that I highly recommend. And of course, I will link them down below. Same with the What Show and the video that got me started on his channel and his MS's Blue video. But that's it, really. I'm not too good at this YouTuber thing, as you can tell. But some stuff has been going on in my life, so I might as well figure out how to get good at it, because I might. Well, I'm not gonna bother you with it. But yeah, I want to do more videos like this where I talk about things I like, and also just more like chill, like, oh, here's a tour of my manga, or look at my posters on the wall type of vibe. I don't know. Let me know if any of you are interested in that. Let me know if anyone's watching. I doubt it, but if you are, hi, hello. You can subscribe if you want. I don't really care. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Fine by me, man. I just, like, I don't. It's been so long since I last posted. I don't deserve your subscription. If you did subscribe, I'm gonna be like that one channel that hasn't posted in years and then just suddenly drops a video out of nowhere. One of those guys, like a Tunes. You know. Missed that guy, by the way. He was awesome. So, yeah. Just, life kind of got in the way of this stuff, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do my content moving forward. I think I'm in a place where I'll be fine with the content I'm currently making or doing or whatever. Anyway, that's it for me. Signing off. See ya. Whatever. I don't have an outro. I don't even have an intro. Bye.